When you get on the wrestling mat, it is only you, and there's nobody else, and it's you versus another guy, and I'm not gonna let this other guy beat me. Started wrestling when I was in middle school, and I did it to get better at football, and it ended up becoming my absolute passion. I was really into wrestling. I wanted to be the best possible that I could be. The end of junior wrestling season, right before district, so the last is kind of like the playoffs of wrestling. I ended up fracturing my right foot. I was on the boot for a few months, for probably about 2 months, 5 weeks before this wrestling camp that I had signed up for. And the wrestling camp was called J-Rob. It was a 28-day camp in Minnesota, so I was gonna fly there. It was 4 practices a day. So 5 weeks right before the camp, I get off the boot and I start wrestling again, and my neck starts to hurt. And so I kind of brush it off. We go to the chiropractor a couple times. I'm preparing for this camp. I'm trying to get in shape. So then we get to the camp. On day 9 of the camp, I ended up breaking my left foot. And I had to get surgery, but right before surgery, I actually got salmonella. And I lost 18 pounds in 10 days, so they had to push my surgery back 2 weeks. It was a really rough time. And then as soon as I got my surgery, I was going through a whole lot of pain, a whole lot of just disappointment. And I was in a really rough spot. I'm down 18 pounds. I'm still not feeling all the way great. My foot's in a whole lot of pain. I can't wrestle. I can't even run cross country this fall, which is something I always did to stay in shape for wrestling. And I'm just praying to God. I'm just praying, what do I do now? He actually had me just still go to every single one of the cross country practices, every single meet. And there I was encouraging people. We gave out, the coaches made Micah awards where I got to give out people different things for hardest worker, best smile, best attitude, things like that, just to encourage all of my cross-country friends, and they really seemed to appreciate that. And then, so I was finding joy in these little things that I thought where I could never find joy. And God was just showing up in different ways, but I was still every single day I'd still be doing my push-ups, getting ready for wrestling season, because that's where it all really counted. That's where it all mattered. My senior wrestling season, I wanted to make it count. So right after then, after cross-country season, I got off the crutches, and I'm getting back in the wrestling room, getting ready for season. It's in a couple weeks. And then my neck the same neck pain started hurting, but probably 10 times worse than right before the camp was. And it got so unbearable. I'm someone who doesn't like to complain a lot about pain, but I was like, we really have to go to the doctor, get it checked out. And we ended up going to the doctor, and they told me that they needed to see me back for an MRI, that it was serious and maybe possible partial paralysis. After my MRI, I found out that I had 2 fractured vertebrae, and that I wasn't going to be able to do any physical contact sports for 2 months. And that's about 3/4 of all the wrestling season. So what's going through my head now is, even if I do get back, I'm not going to be in shape. I won't, because all I can do is run, and wrestling is just a completely different kind of shape. And I'm going to be heavy, so I won't be able to wrestle at the weight class I want to be wrestling. And I said, so even if so at this point, I was going to actually quit wrestling. And I was like, because cross country, I could stay on the team, and I was encouraging, but wrestling, it was a whole different game for me because it meant so much more to me. That summer, I was emailing a lot of college coaches around the area, and they were saying different scholarship options that I had. So I was trying to go for that. After I had broken my neck, I didn't think that anyone would ever want me to wrestle for them, kind of.